Hello! Welcome to the losers finals of the Open Angel Arena. End of June. Very, very minor. Super minor. You know, like a super major, but like a super minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's a super minor.
First playing Clinks, they don't want to deal with that.
That's reasonable. Wait,
Clinks
who's
is popular today?
what server are we playing on? I think that's a really important question here.
They did say they weren't going to do the Australian cheese. I didn't see which
Oh.
server it was, but I assume that it's not because they said they weren't going to. And
Oh,
we probably
okay.
have heard about it a lot.
They probably got yelled at by Russian people, and now they don't want to do it anymore. Oh, Stockholm server. Okay, that's reasonable.
There we go. They ban out the Chad
And the Abaddon.
and the Abaderp. Not going to have any of that.
I mean, that's kind of reasonable. Like, those are all just kind of like big old nasty heroes that do far too much work for anybody's good. Oh, Skywrath.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising to see them ban it. I'm more thinking they would pick it. They go first pick and all. So they must have something different in mind.
Yeah. I bet they have other picks that they want, and they really don't want to have it first picked against them. I'm pretty sure that group definitely is privy to the Skywrath.
Yeah.
The Sky Mage's Wrath.
So, what would be like a first pick that they want to get instead?
Shadow Fiend.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think Shadow Fiend's lost a game yet today.
I think they might have more to do with the hero players or like the teams that pick Shadow Fiend than with Shadow Fiend. But yeah, he's definitely doing exceptionally well.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. Spirit Breaker taken out. That makes sense. And yeah, well, this does kind of leave some nice picks open. No, like this is actually where I want to ask you. You know, maybe what the dire side should be doing here is just be like, all right, well, Shadow Fiend. What does he usually paired with? You know, Vengeful, Wraith King. Oh, those seem like good heroes.
Yeah.
I think especially taking the Vengeful away might be a, not a bad strategy.
Venge has been very, very powerful today. Just the swap really just can super change the outcome of a fight, and some of those fights can really determine the rest of the game.
Yeah, also Magic Missile is the best ability ever made.
Absolutely. I will say, if there's one team that there it is, who can draft and perhaps beat this first pick Shadow Fiend, it's probably the Chads, because they've gone up against it a couple times already today. Yeah. They've seen it in action. They're warmed up against it. They haven't yet beaten it, but I think they're the most equipped team to do it.
Well, that'll way to death.
Perhaps. Well, I mean, they're not going up against it. They're the ones spamming it.
Yeah, well, but,
Yeah, I think Axe is a great choice.
That's actually something that we saw in that last game. The Axe did do really well against the Shadow Fiend and the Sniper at that. Like, just when he actually jumped them, when he actually got them, it was very effective. It was just difficult for him to actually get in there. That was the biggest problem. But once he did, he was very strong. So, to be honest, actually, what's kind of a funny idea here? Usually what you do with Axe, right, is you blink in, and then you, like, call and blade mail. But that can be really hard to do at times. But I got Avenge. What if they like swap the Venge and then just like blink call from the location of the swap? I don't know. I feel like that might be kind of funny, but for now we just see the TA, a hero that I think we've only seen her banned so far. I don't think we've seen her picked, but she's very powerful. I mean, not to kind of like, I don't know, but like not to sound cheeky, but like the game is actually pretty well balanced right now, I think. And like there's a lot of heroes that are just very good. That's why you will hear us say this quite frequently. Even about heroes that we haven't seen yet at all. Oftentimes the tournament meta is really just that. It's like a tournament meta that's kind of like forms, and you see the heroes that are getting picked up repeatedly. But that's not because they're the only viable heroes. It's just that they're usually the heroes that have been working for the teams, and they're kind of like You don't want to change something that actually just won you a match. You're happy to just pick the same thing again.
Yeah, I wonder what other minus armor they will pair up with this. They've already got the TA and the
Maybe it's
SF.
Dazzle time.
Great. I was kind of thinking that it would be cool to see the Dazzle out. I've seen Larnell play Dazzle a fair bit in pubs. Shows that they're at least testing the hero. They're aware of his capabilities.
Oh, there's the Chaos Knight.
Cool. Okay.
Well, that's the thing they lost against,
time, right?
Yeah, that's what they lost against.
Yeah, cool.
And that Chaos Knight had a really weird item build, which makes me think that whoever was playing it either has no idea what they're doing or has the most idea of what they're doing. And considering they won, I'm gonna guess the second.
It's either a 3 or a 300 IQ play. Not sure.
There's no in between there. So I think that's actually kind of a smart thing. I feel like if you're in not yet dead. I mean, they're not really not yet dead, but like pseudo not yet dead. If you're in their position, you really just don't want to get cheesed. Because you're kind of working on an assumption, okay, we're probably like, if we are playing like 100 fair games, we probably win like 80. All right. So let's just make sure nothing catches us by surprise. None of that stuff that would happen in those other 20 games is going to happen, and just play it safe. So I think getting rid of the Chaos Knight is a really good idea. Right.
Yeah. I think also since it's such an unconventional Chaos Knight, it's hard to really say how to counter it and play against it.
Yeah.
It's not, no one's practiced against that Chaos Knight. It's such a weird item build.
But it worked really well. Like I thought it was great. Like I really liked seeing it, but again, I fully agree with what they're doing here. Like if I played against that, especially if I lost against it, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that again. I don't care if it's good or if it isn't good. Just get it out of here.
I'm just gonna go ahead and not solve that problem.
Yes, we can solve that after.
Once I know better.
We'll solve that after the tournament is over. For now, that's what we have the bans for. Darkseer coming out. A little bit old school. I don't think we see too much Darkseer.
It is old school, yeah.
But Darkseer is a good hero. He's just strong. He works great against carries because he makes the carries kill themselves. Also, he's very good against TA, something very important to keep in mind, right? A lot of TA's damage reduction is the refraction, and Darkseer melts the refraction, like just instantly, it just disappears. So that's something that's really useful. And I think, honestly, that's probably the biggest motivating factor for picking the Darkseer here. Like, he kind of has different uses, and he's not a bad hero by any means, but he's a little bit more niche. But yeah, just getting rid of refraction. Wraith King is good.
Yeah, it's just solid, safe fundamentals right there. I feel like they're just going to pick another good team and try to just play really straightforward. Another thing I think is worth mentioning about Darkseer is that he brawls incredibly well early game because of the Ion Shell. He can really disrupt enemy carry farm because of the Ion Shell. And honestly, Vacuum Surge gives him phenomenal rune control. It's pretty hard to get runes against Max. Also, Max is a god at cliffing people with Darkseer.
I know.
He'll camp you. Yeah.
He'll camp you when you try to TP out.
Just the right spot. You always think that like you're just out of range, and then he just manages to get you to step out of position just slightly, and now you're on a cliff. God damn.
Actually a wiener. Like that's worse. I hate it when he does that.
Yeah, I love playing with Max and also hate playing with Max.
So, well, pick number 17. Honestly, I was about to say I have no idea what they're going for.
Weird.
And that's pretty much, I mean, that's Timo. Probably Timo is in the Discord screaming, I want Pudge.
Oh, 100% chance, yeah.
This is a terrible pick.
I think it's awful.
It's just garbage. I mean, honestly, like it doesn't like the biggest counter to Pudge is actually Darkseer. Because like you're gonna summon illusions, right? You can't hook anybody anymore. So like
it's like Pudge isn't good against these like high damage teams too. Because like Pudge wants these big long fights where he's super tanky. Like between the TA and the Shadow Fiend, they're gonna 3-shot him. They're just gonna burst him down and kill him. He's not gonna be able to get any of this long sustained damage off.
I have no idea what the Pudge is about. Admittedly, it's a best of 3, so oh man.
So Pudge is one of 2 heroes who is capable of guaranteeing a 3 rune at minute 0. because you can throw the hook as the duel starts, and hook brings things back to the point at which you casted the hook. So it'll end up you throw it towards the spot where the rune's going to spawn. Since everyone gets teleported out, it can't hit any heroes. The rune spawns the second everyone gets teleported out, guaranteed to hit the rune. Then when you get out of the duel, the rune's just sitting on top of where you are, not where you are.
Okay, well that seems like an incredibly niche use.
Yep.
But hey, we'll take it. All right. Medusa
I'd love to
being
see
banned
this.
out. I mean, honestly, what do you even ban against the Dire here? Right? Like, do you even know what they're gonna do? I don't think anybody knows. So
It's like, what are you afraid of as Radiant? What are you thinking? Like,
I would be afraid of some weird jank that somehow makes Pudge a good pick, you know? Like, I'm not afraid of them going Phantom Assassin now, because then we're playing 4 versus 5. Because Pudge is just not gonna do anything.
Cool.
Like, Disrupt the I mean, that's just gonna fuck Pudge even more. It just ruins Pudge entirely. No, but like what I would be afraid of is just some weird ass jank. You know, something that somehow makes Pudge good. I have no idea what that would be, but that's exactly the problem, right? Like it's some vintage strat.
What a team.
Can you hook the like Terrorblade illusions? Like of the Q, the refraction?
Oh, the weird like pseudo illusions?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not, right?
I don't think so. Does like Marana arrow hit them or anything?
Well, I mean, they're invincible. They wouldn't be hit by it. But, like, Pudge Hook displaces even invincible units.
Yeah, that's true. Because he can even hook the bottle.
Yeah, right? Like, Pudge just, like, if you hit something that's invincible with Pudge, you will still hook them. You just don't do anything else. So, I don't know how those illusions are gonna be affected by it. I suspect it's not going to work. But, yeah, like, either way, I don't know about... I mean, this is also Teemo's, like, skins. I recognize this nonsense. Like, it's definitely Teemo that's playing Pudge here.
Oh, yeah. I think also worth mentioning. Is Teemo going to explain why Pudge is good now in all chat?
Oh yeah, not our main pick. We wanted Earthshaker, but Pudge.
Okay.
He kept saying Pudge, so I think my assessment of Teemo screaming Pudge in their Discord was pretty much on point.
Yeah, I think you hard read that situation quite well. So I guess worth pointing out is this is a game 1 of a best of 3. So this is the game you throw out your wacky strats, try to catch them off guard.
Yeah, well,
get a
Radiant is not
game
up
advantage
for that.
and then play solid.
Radiant is not interested in any of that shit. They just want to win.
Yeah, I mean, just Disruptor Tiny's a little weird. Not as much Tiny, more so Disruptor. Oh, Mr. Random's playing Tiny. Interesting. Mr. Random's almost always they're farming.
Well, I think Tiny's not a bad carry by any means. Although I don't think they're gonna farm with him. Maybe he just wants to play Tiny.
I think they're gonna farm with him.
Well, who's gonna support then? The TA? TA has no way to support. It's just not possible. And Anti is playing Shadow Fiend. Like
I think they're gonna like aggro farm, kind of like what that other team a game or two ago when 2 people were aggro farming. I think Anti and Random are gonna farm. TA is gonna high ground farm.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 are just gonna walk around and try to kill people. I think Mr. Random will probably also be part of the gank squad, but like maybe not from minute 1 farming, but I think we're gonna see a Tiny channeling trees and killing whole teams with them.
Yeah, I mean, like I see that. I think we are probably not, like, in terms of equipment, I don't think we'll see, you know, like a supporting Tiny, I guess, right? It's gonna be, like, actually a Tiny that does some damage. But yeah, he
I wonder if
will
he'll walk around and try
side.
to do throws, because that's another really funny form of Tiny.
Yeah,
you ward your Ancients and you occasionally aggro them and pull them out, and then you throw enemies into them, so that way they get rooted on the de-aggroing Ancients, and then they bounce.
Larinel's saying Random isn't their carry anymore.
Switching up the roles.
Wait, are they still in the pause if they're all watching the stream 2 minutes delayed? What are we even pausing for?
Also, like 100% the stream stripe arena, right?
Yeah, well, there's a delay on it.
2 minute
2 minutes in OAA is forever, you know?
That's true.
So
we're just gonna win the other 2. It's what Teemo says.
I mean, honestly, I think Look, the Pudge is clearly just a wacky-ass pick, but at
Yeah.
the same time, let him have some fun, right? And the first, it's game 1. They might be able to do it, right?
I'm excited to see this Disruptor. Neither pick nor banned any other game, so.
Yeah, well, Disruptor is just like a nice solid hero, right?
Yeah, he's great.
All right. Let me go ahead and put in the best of 3 overlay really quick.
Well, seeing how Arnold just said they're still in pause,
Yeah.
that means they're paused for another 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick and we're back. Caffeine running through me.
Don't have any team logos, but I do have this. Aha. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in some of this really quick. Ignore that one. That one isn't real yet. Yeah, I'm just kind of like adding in this stuff. I probably should have done this before, but again, this is a very kind of like quick, chill, small little tournament. Mostly just to learn if the elements that we added into the game feel good and if we think they are, well, good. Right? Which so far, I personally have actually been very happy with them. Alright, very nice. And here we go. Cool, look at that. Hey, Dr. Aku, thank you very much for the 28 months. And hello, man. I've been working for the past 3 or so years. We haven't played a game together. Just want to wish you luck with everything. Thank you, man. Gonna need that. Definitely do. Not today, but in the future. Well, we'll see how this goes. Oh, we are finally actually getting into the match.
Hey, I'm back just in time.
Perfect. What timing? What place?
What timing?
So we've got Mr. Random on that tiny Arcane Spark. Kind of makes sense. I guess Tiny is not very quick.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend also picking up Arcane Spark. You know, I think we might be seeing these Arcane Spark over the Tranquils. Not because the Tranquils are, like, worse. I think the Tranquils are just strictly speaking better right now.
For gold, yes.
But they want the mana.
They want the mana, exactly.
Yeah, like they just need more mana, so they get Shadow Fiend and like on Tiny. Those are both heroes that really need more mana, and it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, if you can turn mana into gold, then you can give up some gold for mana.
Yeah.
You end up getting XP out of it, so it's a...
Alright, well, they got 2 of those Iron Shells going on. They really gotta go in. Hook already missed. I didn't even see it. He must have hooked an ally. Alright, Teemo going in on that. Nice. That's gonna be the first blood here. Oh, this is a very messy fight. Max running down Larinal. Gonna be beaten up though by the Shadow Fiend. Anti not doing much damage at this stage. Pocket Money working on top of the Wraith King. Gonna be taken down. Quick hook. Teemo actually gets himself another kill. Max goes down. It's now Teemo versus 3. He's got 20 seconds on the hook and is infinitely slower than the Disruptor. He will never, ever, ever get there.
Yep, and they're already getting high ground runes, so this duel is now over. But hey, they got 2 kills out of it. That's pretty good.
Oh, he's just kind of like sitting in a corner now. And he's just gonna get beaten up. So, Isis... Oh, nice! Can he do it? No. That was actually pretty close. Something that you saw the Radiant do this, which oh, actually... I don't know if they did. They tried to give the kill to Shadow Fiend. I was gonna say that's because they want him to have the additional souls from the Necromastery, but I don't think it was level 2 at that point, so that probably wasn't it. But I guess just getting the bonus money on Anti is not a bad idea.
Max is actually doing so good at stealing creeps from Anti.
Yeah, great job.
He got the overwhelming majority of that camp.
I mean, that's the thing that we really should stress a little bit. I know we've been kind of like making fun of them a bit and like...
I told you, dude.
He's got a TP out though. He's gonna be fine.
Still though, he just wasted so much time of him. Oh, he's not gonna be able to secure the rune though because of Larinal.
Yeah, now it's actually kind of important to keep in mind as well that TP scrolls in this mode were actually nerfed. and they now have a much longer cooldown. Like TPs just have 80 seconds cooldown. I think it's even, is it even more than? No, I think it's 80 seconds. So getting the TP on the Shadow Fiend is 90 seconds. So getting the TP on the Shadow Fiend is actually a really big deal, because if you get that one more time, he's just stuck for quite a while. And that just kind of creates a certain threat that's really worrisome. Pudge, in the meantime, just kind of like trying to farm up a bit, but yeah, well, he's Pudge. Alright, I also think Teemo should probably have gone for the mana. Oh, nice! They get the TA. So, that's good.
Iron Shell Rot's pretty good at farming. They can clear camps.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, like, they have a lot of AoE damage, and I guess Rot is another tool that's good against TA, right? But the problem with Rot is, like, as a farming tool, you know, you don't really want to take too much damage. Like, it's a really
like Teemo's just gonna die
big
here now.
thing, and yeah, he just presented himself for the Disruptor. And I don't even really think he did anything horribly wrong there. That's just kind of how you have to farm with Pudge. But that's why it's a little bit of a problem. It's just kind of a little bit like difficult for him to actually do much there. Alright, there goes the Disruptor. Not Disruptor, the Darkseer goes down.
I'm pretty sure the reason the Darkseer ducked back at the last second there and just kind of like ran into his death was to not kite as much of the enemy team into his farming Terrorblade, who was right next to him.
So the Terrorblade, by the way, is doing very well. He's gonna go ahead and get himself that Ancient right here. He's kind of just focusing on these, but yeah, he's keeping up.
Nice level in the game.
Yeah. Level 6, he's keeping up the farm, that's for sure. So that's good news. And something that's also nice to see is that he's actually able to do most of his farming outside. Oh my god, Private Pigeon actually got that.
He got that.
Yeah, Wraith King definitely sleepy. There's actually no reason why the Terrorblade should never get that rune.
Did he stun the wrong one? Or is he just sick?
Even if he did, like, honestly, he didn't need to stun anybody. He could have just picked it up before Terrorblade got there. He was just not spam clicking, I guess. I don't know. A little bit.
He was probably overthinking the stun and then got himself with the cast point. I've done that once or twice where, like, I've just totally outplayed myself with the stun and, like, I'm in the middle of a cast point when it spawns and they just take it and get stunned and they're like, cool, good play, bro.
The kind of situation where you have a mental war with yourself and you lose.
Yeah. And you lose. Ooh, nice. Larnell's going to secure this kill. It was a good glimpse back to get it. Meanwhile, Private Pigeon found Mr. Random and is just going to kill him. Just like, I mean, you're just a tiny, I'm level 8. What are you really going to do?
Yeah, Terrorblade just kind of like sitting in his transformation, having a good time here. You know, I wonder, is Terrorblade's transformation Aghanims any good in OA? Because, like, the transformation has a much lower cooldown in OA.
Max just cliffed 2 people.
Oh my god,
Bottom left.
But he doesn't have a stun,
You can't
though.
walk off that spot.
TA doesn't have TP boots. Oh, she's got some coming in now, but
60 seconds on the TP and
that's
the TA.
brutal. There's nothing she can do. No! Teemo! No, oh my god!
Oh my
Why?
god, what's wrong with you?
Oh my Teemo! Oh, that is so much worse than just keeping her stuck.
It's true. She could have been stuck there for another like 20 or 30 seconds, or forced one of her supports to buy a force staff just to get her down.
Oh no! All right, well
at least they're cleaning up.
No, they're not even gonna get Laranol. Teemo might die.
Teemo could die to the. No, he's fine. He's fine.
No.
He's overstaying his welcome though. Oh, he wants the rune.
Oh god, that is. That's a real shame. I mean, that was very well done by Max. Just beautifully done. Who's, by the way, kind of keeping his Tranquil Spark for now, not combining it.
He wants to probably get the last charge out of it before he combines it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
He's just going for it anyway.
Got himself the mana boots. I think he had like a bunch of charges built up that he just wanted to get value out of.
Yeah, I do that a lot. A lot of times I'll grab all the parts, then lock combining, and run out and quickly use those last like 3 charges that have built up, and then unlock combining.
Yeah. Well, that's quite reasonable.
Fight.
Alright, nice vacuum, does a little bit of damage. One of the big problems with Darkseer is that vacuum for some reason has a minute cooldown at level 1.
That's a really long time.
Yeah,
You can
that's
only cliff people once a minute.
it's just like one of I don't know. Like, it's a Dota value. I don't really get it for Dota either. It's not like Doxia is really any good there, from what I can tell. So, yeah.
Teemo finds Larnell, gets the hook and the ult.
Yeah,
Easy
nice.
kill.
Well, the thing about Pudge is when he actually gets somebody, I mean, that should be a kill, right? Like 3 seconds. Well, Pudge is not weak in the sense that he can't get kills. It's just, ooh, nice denied. He can definitely get kills. He just is gonna have a hard time in the big team fights. Like, that's always the thing, right? Like, in this outside situation where you're just kind of brawling, a lot of heroes can get kills, and a lot of heroes can be really valuable. But Pudge is just one of those where, you know, like, this is why, for Spark, right? Like, we have a Pudge, but our Pudge was changed a little bit. I modified our Pudge a little bit, because I feel like the way Pudge is right now in Dota doesn't quite work for Spark or for OAA. He needs a little bit of an adjustment. Oh, he got it! Let's go! These people are so sleeping on their bounty runes. Dude, Teemo just hooked this bounty rune and stole it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
That's sick. Nice.
But they were like 2 heroes on top.
Ancients. I thought Terrorblade's item build when he was taking Ancients is interesting. All he had was the Daedalus drums and then just some Wraith Bands. And he took out the Ancient stack pretty easily solo. It's a strong hero. Most people require like 3 items and some teammates.
Yeah. Oh, Doxia on the retreat. Also, apparently, I'm wrong. Doxia is good in normal Dota. I apologize. My knowledge is a little out of
Private
date.
Satanism is being infinitely chased by a Roshan right now.
Yeah, that's always a little bit
And
unfortunate.
there he goes. He gives up.
Now, Anti, by the way, going for a very interesting item build. We're kind of low on damage. Going lifesteal, full satanic, and a level 2 Soul Cuirass before picking up the usual crits. So really just kind of like wants to make sure he doesn't get caught out by anything. Interesting
I think he
choice.
just want to get killed by the Terrorblade instant.
Yeah. It does definitely make sense in the sense that Terrorblade is a hero that just kind of does a ton of damage, and you don't wanna accidentally get caught out. And this is actually where we gotta give a huge shout out to Private Pigeon, right? Like level 18.
Yeah, he is farming. It's very hard to outfarm. So that really shouldn't be understated.
Yeah. He's doing a very, very good job. And actually, you know, the team also, like, gotta give credit where credit is due. Right? Even though we're making fun of Teemo, they're actually doing a great job at allowing Terrorblade the space he needs. Now he's going to be pounding into the Tiny. It's not quite enough for the kill. Tiny hides behind the trees. The Vengeful Spirit goes down. Brave King dead. He has Aghanim's. He doesn't have a Resurrection, so it's going to be the end for him. But Tiny manages to get the kill. That's the big silence, right?
E-Blade combo.
It's the big, big sounds. Terrorblade was low. Didn't have an opportunity to swap his HP. So it's going to be Axe and Doxia surviving this big duel. In the meantime, on the other side, I think Anti managed to take down Teemo. After what ended up being a fairly long fight. But Shadow Fiend comes out on top. I mean, it's not a huge surprise. Not even, by the way, not even talking shit about Teemo there. It's just, you know, a support versus a main carry Shadow Fiend. That's a hard one. So Mac's gonna be roaming around some more, which I do also like. Honestly, I gotta say I'm quite impressed with how the Dire side is playing. I think they're doing a really good job across the board.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how the boss phase goes once they start doing that.
Yeah, Terrorblade in the meantime gets himself a nice quick kill, right? And this is where also the Axe comes in. He's got Blink, he's got Blight Mail now. This is where he really starts being dangerous. Tiny, nice swap, very well done. Mr. Random gonna try to get a Vengeful Spirit, but he was a little bit surprised by that. Caught off guard. Goes down. Brave King, Resurrection. Terrorblade still takes a lot of damage. He does have a swap and gets it off. Quick kill on the Wraith King. Anti in the meantime in the background, trying to get some work done. He gets a few hits in, but now he might be gonna be paying for that, yeah. And that's Anti. Goes down.
Boom.
Big kill.
You know, it's funny. I don't think it's the Shadow Fiend or the TA that Private Pigeon needs to be afraid of at all. I think he completely destroys all the other right-click carries on the map. But that Tiny with the E-Blade combo can nearly kill him from full HP. He takes out about 3/4 of his HP with one combo.
And the Disruptor.
So much.
And the Disruptor, because the Tiny does the damage and the Disruptor disables the ultimate. So that's really the really scary bit. But
yeah,
BKB is online, so I don't think we saw that in the last fight.
Be real good about that BKB because I mean, basically, if he's at half, Tiny catches him out, he's dead. Whether he's silenced or not, because he'll be stunned through the combo.
Alright, they get himself that. Can they actually take this fight? BKB is already active, so a bit early on that. They're just trying to hold this capture point. Tia goes up in the air. Not the best, but oh, that's Disruptor right here. Disruptor winning this fight. Podge goes down as well. He's just melting himself. It's only the Darkseer left. Yules, and he's gonna be trapped. TA comes in, few attacks, and that's gonna be the end of the Wrath. Max.
Yep.
Gonna be going down Archer kill for Recto.
Tiny Mr. Random combo. Just, it did so much damage to Terrorblade there.
Yeah, but again...
The lockdown's what obviously enabled it, but...
Right. Like, Terrorblade had an ultimate ready. He was low HP, he wasn't dead. He had targets for it, but he just couldn't cast it. And this is really where I think having this Disruptor pick really shows just kind of like the awareness and the knowledge of the game. Knowing Terrorblade, okay, we can deal with that as long as we have enough magic damage and a way to stop the ultimate. It's going to be called out right here.
You know what I think they need is for Teemo to stay outside of the fights a bit and try to hook the Terrorblade out of the... Because they're obviously always going to trap the Terrorblade in that thing. You can just hook him out of it, he's fine. I think another option would be for someone to pick up a Pole Staff and just rip him out. Don't ever bother with missing a hook. Don't ever bother with worrying about the illusions. Just pull him out.
That makes sense. Or, of course, the Vengeful Spirit. She's got her swap ready. I feel like they have the tools.
Yeah, they have a ton of ways to... I think they need to not group up on the counts like they have been to make sure that they can actually utilize those tools.
Exactly, right? Like, they have the tools. Now they just need the awareness to actually use them. They can even invest a little bit more to make sure that they really have absolutely enough. But I'm not even sure that's necessary. They just gotta, take those fights a little bit cleaner. They get themselves some nice bosses, and I really think this is a big win for them. Like, in terms of bossing, they're actually definitely keeping up. Private Pigeon, also going for that, what's it called? Lucians again, on the Terrorblade.
Oh, it makes sense. He's an illusion hero. He's going to leave it in blue mode all the time. The green mode, he'll have both auras and a ton of stats.
Yep. Definitely makes sense. A very powerful item.
Great item.
And he's also level 25 now.
Nice.
Gonna get the additional range. Well, it does make a little sense, right? Just kind of saying, well, I'm not really getting to cast my Sunders anyway. Like what good is a second Sunder if I can't cast the first? So, more attack range, stay further in the back, don't even get hit by the nonsense. Got something to keep in mind as well is that TA, as strong as she is, not the highest attack range hero. So maybe he can get some value out of that. All around, we'll see how that plays out, right? I think the more traditional build would be this Sunder. And
tiny combo, just killing the Venge straight out.
Just gonna go ahead and just get started on this boss. The good old Charger.
Oh. Capture points are up. Radiant's not going for theirs.
Look at that. Podge actually does a lot of damage to the Shadow Fiend. Almost gets him. There's the Invis plus BKB. Oh.
Oh, I can't believe that missed.
That
nice
really
BKB.
looked like it should have hit.
Oh, but he's just taking the right click damage.
I like what he did there. I thought it was very clever. Teemo kind of baiting them away from the boss.
Oh, yeah. He dragged him away from the boss pit, and they all went after the hero instead of the objective.
The natural way to run away there is to run towards his base or towards his team. But if he does that, he brings them towards the boss. And that might have resulted in a snatch. Better to just die somewhere else, distract them, make sure your team gets the core. So that's very clever. Good awareness right there, I think. And then we do have the capture points active.
And they're done.
Yeah, and they're done. Right, both teams got theirs. Yeah.
Radiant went for theirs much later. I think because they went for it so late and with only one, probably would have been clever of Dire to just throw one hero at them to harass and try to delay it even more and just keep them incapacitated a bit more while the other four are bossing.
So something that's a little noteworthy, I feel, is if you look at the Dire, you can see they have a lot of cores in their inventories, which really just kind of shows they're a little bit low on money, right? They don't quite have the resources they need in that regard. So I like that they're being smart, upgrading the Guardian Grease first, making sure they have that additional income. But despite everything, despite them really putting up a great fight, 42 to 36, it's still they are kind of a little bit behind
they
just on the
almost
cash. Ooh, nice.
They almost stopped that bottom boss.
That was very close, yeah. Oh, good vacuum right here. Good call. Blade Mail's active, but Shadow Fiend already has the Satanic going on, so the Lifesteal is going to be happening. Vengeful goes down. Max going to be picked off as well. Private Pigeon, the only one standing. Ooh, and goes down. Though. Pocket Money comes in, going to be disrupted by the Tiny. There's not much he can do about it. And, not a great fight. So this is the kind of fight where you have to... Oh.
Teemo cancels the TV.
Ooh. E-Blade, okay. I got some stunts here. TA gonna be blinking out though. Actually, she's kind of hiding in a bad spot. They even have vision on this. They just didn't want to reveal it. They want to keep her there.
He just placed it.
Oh wait, is this a... This is a Radiant Sentry.
Radiant Sentry.
Yeah, yeah. Radiant Sentry. And, well, they're gonna go out and get themselves tier 2. But yeah, like...
I think...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that the Terrorblade needs to be positioned a lot better in those fights. He was kind of in the center of the fight with heroes all around him. He needs to be more near an edge. Not easy to... like, really difficult to go on supports between him and them.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit difficult like that. Oh, alright, smoke used for this fight. Private Pigeon definitely positioning himself far away. Smoke gonna be broken, so he knows somebody is around. He didn't see Anti though, due to the invisibility. Tiny coming in, catches the Vengeful. Hook misses. BKB gonna be activated. Teemo beaten up a little bit. Gonna be going for the TA. But the big silence. Patch goes down. Toxia trying to do his best. Axe gonna be picked off as well. And it's really just Max left. This was a very one-sided duel. And I feel like the biggest problem here was really just kind of like a lack of coordination. Like the Radiant side is very good about taking fights like in a way that makes sense. They have everybody there. They coordinating their spells properly. And the Dire side, it just kind of ran in one by one. So they really got to step up their game in that regard. And I feel like that's the biggest improvement they can make at this point. Because they're actually playing really well outside of that. Like the general gameplay flow and general gameplay strategy, I think they've got pretty much down. They're gonna find himself a disruptor right here. Teemo not quite a high level yet, so he doesn't do that much damage, but
yeah, trap. At the same time, Radiant's capturing Wanderer.
Ooh, that's brutal. And they're gonna get it.
They got that. So that's hard for them. Axe got cliffed, but he's fine. He's got a blink.
Yeah, I mean, he cliffed himself. Like, he jumped up there.
I will say Mr. Random's playing out of his mind. He's doing so well. He's disrupting them so much. If any fight starts uncleanly, then he just kills a support or sometimes even a carry outright.
Alright. They got themselves to Alchemist. He goes down. Oh, Mr. Random.
He's just gonna kill him. He can just do that.
Okay. Max gonna be forced away a little bit. Oh, alright, they're just gonna stop working on this boss here. I mean, it's really nothing crazy happening right now. Oh, actually, never mind. Radiant, they're coming in. They was just spamming these static fields. Kinetic field.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think they're just trying to make life difficult and force more fights to push more score limit. They know if a final duel triggers right now, Radiant wins 100%.
Oh yeah.
And they know that, so... Although they are taking a tier 3, which I think will extend the score limit. I don't believe a 3's been taken.
Oh, we'll see. No, it already has.
No, guess one has.
Ooh. Darkseer goes down. Smashed up by that ogre. Now, I don't think the Radiant can actually take this ogre, but they are just kind of swarming around the area, making sure to pick up as many kills as they can to try and force that victory.
They get more score to push towards the limit, and also they waste a ton of Dire's team's time.
Yeah.
Because Dire really needs to be taking as many bosses as possible to try to even out the core differential of the two teams.
Alright. Right, Pigeon coming in. Go ahead, take down this boy.
Oh, he couldn't quite kill him. I think he messed up one of the throws. The toss.
Yeah. I mean, Axe is a hard kill anyway. As much as the Tiny
Yeah.
has a high level, which is important. Really important, actually.
Very, very important. I think if the first throw didn't hit a creep and it hit the axe, he probably would have killed the axe right there. And if you can combo down an axe, you're in such a good position.
That's for sure. Patch still doesn't really have that high of a level. Now, something that's kind of important is he now has the additional dismember duration. What was that hook? We can't hook ancients. You should know that. But he's got the additional dismember duration, so he'll have a pretty good time if he actually manages to catch somebody. Oh, and he just died. Okay. Maybe just going back.
Lethal now.
Going back to heal up.
What's Private doing? He's got good items. Great. I swear I saw a heart transplant on someone. I thought I saw that particle effect.
To me,
Yep, there it is.
So
Private Sadism has a heart transplant, which is great.
I feel like the biggest difference in power level right now is actually the levels. It's really not the gold or the cores. Like, both teams are doing pretty equally well with that. Mr. Random gonna be going for Private Pigeon, goes down. They get the TA as well. This is pretty much a one fight already. Shadow Fiend. Oh, the hook! Timo! Oh, well, he gets himself. He gets him with the dismember. Buying a ton of time for his team Anti. Has the BKB active, gets hooked again. Timo gonna be fighting this for as long as he can. The invisibility coming out. Ooh.
Oh.
Removes the Terrorblade from the situation. The boss in the meantime still alive. Kind of brawling it. Gonna be going down. Finally. TA now resurrected. She's back in the action. Tiny as well. The resurrection's coming
Tiny
through.
just kills Terrorblade.
Yeah, that's
It was
brutal.
a full HP Terrorblade, and he just died to the Tiny comp.
And that's a real shame. I felt like the Dire actually had most of that fight, but then they kind of just started to not really utilize it properly, right?
Yeah, well, two of them started chasing down the Shadow Fiend, who started running away, and I think they should have just stuck to the center of the fight. Let the Shadow Fiend run. You weren't going to kill him.
Get the boss. Get the boss. Like, they had an opportunity to get that boss for sure.
Yep.
But
I also
instead,
think the Venge was outside of the combo and could have swapped Private out of it way earlier, which I don't know if it would have made a difference. Private didn't die to the combo. He died much later, but it could have made a difference to the outcome of that fight if he was able to get more of his abilities off.
no. Yeah.
Or at least position himself.
He gets hooked back in.
Yep. Going somewhere, buddy?
Nope. Not today. Private Pigeon gonna be happy to take that fight. Actually gets hooked out a little late. Just a tad bit late. Ooh, that was close. Anti, swapped.
Swap, hook. Where are you going, boy?
Another one? There you go. I don't think they know. Do they know?
They can see the Octarine effect split second.
Yeah, but Anti gets
Somewhere.
out. No detection. Well, capture point is online.
Yep.
Pocket money. Just kind of sitting in the back here. TA comes in, just kind of chops up one of these boys really, really quick. Timo continuing to throw out these hooks, which
Anti's looking for an opening.
he's actually hitting a lot of them, but they aren't really doing anything. And yeah, he gets himself the Disruptor, which is good. Then he gets stunned up by the boss, and Disruptor just kind of runs away. And then he gets the Disruptor again.
That second hook was actually sick, and the
Nice.
Disruptor's no problem die to the Ogre. But the problem is that Anti's still just on the point. He takes an illusion. I wonder if he thinks it's real. I assume he knows. Yeah, he
Timo's
knows.
just getting beaten up by this boss.
He is.
And the boss is not giving him a break either. Oh, nice.
Tiny.
Tiny's got a lot of tosses.
Okay, there it goes.
Alright. Duel will start in 1 minute. Mr. Random in the meantime gets another kill. You know, after this duel, that could be the final duel.
Especially if this capture point ever captures, because although I guess at this point it's starting to go Dire favor.
Yeah, but if the Radiant ends up winning this fight, they'll just can't take the game. So, well, actually, not take the game, but they all... Sorry. If they win the next duel, they'll get six points minimum. And if they get 6 points, they get themselves the 90 and then can threaten that final duel. Although right now, they might even just get there beforehand. Ooh, look at that. That's 3 heroes on a cliff.
That's so funny. 68-second cooldown on Shadow Fiend's Town Portal Skull.
Well, that would be really good for them, but there is a good chance that that actually just will not matter.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a 5 and 5. Let's see how well they can fight.
If they lose this duel, it'll trigger final duel right after.
Oh, okay. There is Vengeful already going down. Darkseer already going down. Private Pigeon doing a lot of damage. But he's just lost the entire supporting cast already. He's going to be picked off. And it's just the Axe who's doing his best. And it's not bad. It's just not enough. Not on its own.
It's not enough. There's so many trees and so many throws in that duel. It was crazy. Everyone was just bouncing around in the air and it's just tree particles everywhere.
I mean, I feel like Mr. Random was really the MVP in this game. I mean,
I absolutely
Tiny's just been doing so much work.
Yeah. He's just been shutting them down in so many fights. He like straight zero deathed an important member of the fight. So he does in this one.
Well, we'll see how this goes. Terrorblade in the back. He's got the Veil of Discord on him. Transforms. BKB. Oh, nice. Gets the swap off first. And he's actually healing. Sick. He gets the Tiny.
Yes.
That was really well done from him. Holding the BKB, playing
so
it patient. Now he's got it ready for this fight, but he's going to be taken on by the TA anyway. Well,
yeah.
It's still 4 against 3 at this point. Axe is starting to heal up. In the meantime, Vengeful Spirit goes down. Teemo actually rescues Max right there. Throws out some more hooks.
The Illusions and the Venge Illusion just killed the Wraith King and got the cooldown. Look at this. The Illusions and the Venge Illusion are literally destroying the Wraith King.
Oh, Wraith King is on the run. He's trying to get out of there.
Look at Teemo.
Oh, he gets
him
anti.
right into the cross section of the things and gets a bunch of Shadow Fiend to kill the Shadow Fiend.
Nice. Oh, well, they actually got 2 more. It's only the TA. That's it. It's Max and Teemo against the TA. That's actually a brilliant fight. They really crawled
the
back
Shadow
on
Fiend
that
into the Illusions was so good.
Damn.
Wow.
And keep in mind, like, ooh, get him. Oh, Teemo, he got it. He got it. It's gonna be enough. Yes, he did it. Oh my god.
Oh. Wow. Okay, so Teemo is actually playing insane. We shat on the Pudge pick so much, but he honestly is getting work. He's disrupting these fights so much. He pretty much solo killed the Shadow Fiend during that last duel.
And then the TA. Although admittedly, actually it wasn't entirely a solo kill, right? Like the refraction was still taken off by the Darkseer, which is a really big deal. Tiny coming in now.
Walls are oh my god.
Oh my, he does so much. He just killed 2 heroes. He just killed 2 heroes, like in that little encounter. Oh man, they're gonna steal it. They're gonna trigger another final duel immediately. Now the good news is,
really are.
Dire doesn't really rely on ultimates, so they'll be ready for this fight. There's actually no disrupt ultimate, so if they take it very quickly, they might be able to, win another one. Although that last one was miraculous, so let's see if they can pull it off again.
Yeah, it depends a lot on private playing.
Oh, Teemo got him! Teemo got Larinal! He got hexed.
Oh,
he got him again!
Terrorblade's dead.
Oh, Terrorblade goes down though. Vengeful's down already.
Got killed by the Tiny.
Ah, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. Look, I take everything back. You know what? While the Pudge may not be the strongest hero, I really feel like Teemo did a great job with him and actually kind of he mattered, which is more than I thought he was going to do.
He put in work, man. The only reason they won that first final duel was Teemo and the insane HP swap by Private Pigeon. It was perfectly timed and it destroyed the Tiny because it also effectively killed the Tiny because the Tiny is such low HP after that happened, and then he survived the combo and all that. Those 2 plays, everything Teemo did, and that one HP swap.
Yeah. Damn. Teemo MVP? Absolutely not. That's still the Tiny. Teemo just did much better than I thought he was going to do. That does not make him the MVP though. Yeah, that was actually pretty close. I mean, like, I gotta say, the Dire side, Chatterjee tragedy, sorry. Really actually putting up a good fight. And, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they managed to get game 2. Maybe even take the best of 3. Although, of course, they gotta figure out a new strategy for that, because this one just wasn't quite good enough.
Yeah. So
actually, I gotta
there was
Actually, one thing. I don't even think the problem was the strategy, to be honest. They just got outfought. Like, that was the big thing. Right? Like,
yeah, there were a few fights there where they just got severely outplayed.
Yeah, so...
So there was another dude, something Magnus, who was casting all the other games to the first half of the day. He was asking if he could join us to cast, but I didn't want to do a 3-person cast because they can get cluttery. But I was thinking about dragging him in here for some post-game analysis. What do you think about that?
Yeah, get him in here. Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, dude.
Hey. Magnus, you there? And he's AFK. All right.
Oh, well, never mind. The dream was alive. And then it immediately died.
I'm not AFK. Just me.
Oh, hey. What's up, man? So what did you think about that game? What's your takeaway? Especially after having seen a lot more Chad games than us two.
I've been noticing that both Not Yet Dead and Later Death have been running huge minus armor teams for the the entire tournament.
Yeah. It's definitely been like a common strategy, right? I feel like what we saw a little bit here from the Dire side is they just kind of went for like a bunch of big, thick heroes. You know, they had the Axe and the Pudge, and Darkseer tends to build really like tanky as well. Try and maybe deal with that. But
the illusions were doing work from Darkseer because the auroras are applied straight back.
So well, I mean, that's definitely something. I've just been thinking a lot about that, right? Like we've been talking about this for a while too, like the minus armor strats. I was just like, what do you do against it? Like, what's the counter? I don't know. I think the Darkseer, as you mentioned, right, like just kind of turning that all a bit around is not a terrible idea. Terrorblade as well, you know, it's just kind of like turn it a little bit around, just throw all of those auras back. But what's the warriors? That's right. So you just gotta get into 9 warriors, and then the minus armor is not a problem.
That's the strat.
Dragon Knight. Now, Dragon Knight is definitely like an interesting choice. Like, Dragon Knight is a hero that can definitely take the damage, right? He doesn't need to worry about that. There's no minus armor that will break through Dragon Knight's armor. But the problem with Dragon Knight, of course, is he just doesn't really do that much with the minus armor, you know? So that's... like with the survivability, I suppose. Now I feel like maybe you could see like some more team fight focus. You know, but like, what do you think if we say, you know, next game we see like a Tidehunter and a Magnus as like a counter strat a little bit?
I mean, I think Magnus is great, not because of my name, but because it's just a BK piercing disable. Because that's one way how you can easily stop these minus armor carries from dealing damage.
Yeah, I mean that
Angel was doing it with the talent. You really need to be looking at some BKB piercing disable.
Yeah, I also think they really need to ban the Wraith King.
Oh yeah, Wraith King is actually the thing about Wraith King, and this is what I feel like might be a little bit, you know, from an outside perspective, it's really clear that Wraith King is just doing a ton of work, right? But if you're in the game, Wraith King isn't getting kills. You know, he isn't the one that's coming in and killing 2 heroes instantly. It's everybody else that's doing all the damage. And you don't really see that that's all enabled by the Wraith King. You know, that's what he does. He's just this very kind of like silent carry. Right? Just around, but he's doing a lot of work while just being around.
And he makes that sort of team fight, burst them down with all kinds of ultimates, you know, the Magnus, the Tidebringer, like you were just talking about. Those just don't matter if they have a Wraith King. So if they're going to go for a strat like that, they absolutely must ban the Wraith King, because otherwise they're going to combo them all down, the whole team dies, and then they kill you before Wraith Form ends.
Yeah, the Wraith Form...
they'll lose the duel.
Well, admittedly, I feel like the Wraith Form hasn't been like that big of a deal. Usually when the Wraith Form comes into play, then the fight is gonna be won anyway. What about Kunkka?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Wraith Form is security, but there's so much damage being thrown out that it really never comes in.
We also need to keep in mind that, like, ideally, we want to kind of like find a little bit of like a composition or a hero that isn't gonna be something that immediately gets banned out, right? Because like, what is gonna be great against minus armor? Well, there is a hero that we know is gonna be great against. It's Abaddon. But that's why Abaddon gets first banned every single game.
Yeah.
So, that's not really that helpful. But like I feel like maybe a Kunkka could go a long way. You just throw down those boats, 50% damage reduction for the fights. Or a hero we actually saw earlier that, like I feel like the player wasn't maybe the most experienced, but an Omni Knight, that definitely will do wonders. If we actually see like an Aghanims, we'll see the refresher.
Great. I was also thinking as a carry position, like especially comboed with something like the boat for the boat buff as like a Spectre.
Yeah.
Put out that right click damage and also be like, please sink some damage into me. I have 8k HP and I take half damage and I'm reflecting all of it. You'll kill your supports before you kill me.
Carry would be troll. Just troll.
Yeah, just kind of like
through minus armor and counter damage that way.
Activate the ultimate and be like, yeah, good luck with the minus armor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also something to keep in mind. So what's our genius strategy right now? So it's like Kunkka, Omni Knight, Troll. What else comes into our lineup?
And I think the important things are to ban Shadow Fiend and Wraith King.
All right. So that's what we do. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's gonna win the tournament, if anything.
I think you just have to ban Shadow Fiend. If they're doing strats, you have to ban Shadow. The aura is so big.
Yeah, I mean, really, like there's something actually I don't quite understand is how is Shadow Fiend not like first ban material? I understand that other heroes may seem scarier, but it's time to get rid of the guy that's actually winning the games,
Yeah, I think we were correct to just outright ban it every game we played.
Yeah. And I mean, as we all know, we won the tournament, so
yeah.
Clearly worked.
We are in fact the best players.
Oh my god. Is the next game start? Is the next game ready?
Yeah, it looks like they're loading probably. There's at least a watch button, so less than 3 minutes.
All right, that's good.
Or we get a pick screen again.
Always a big fan of pick screens.
All right, I'll be back for after match analysis.
All right, sounds good, dude. Casting. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll see what they can do. I wonder if like Morphling is a good idea. Wait, does Morphling still dispel when he shifts?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about Morphling. I just know I get wrecked by it in pubs and it pisses me off.
Well, one of the things that kind of like
my Morphling knowledge
made Morphling really broken in like normal Dota is that they removed that? Yeah, but that for a little while they made it so that when he uses the morph, like shifting, not even just ability, but like when he shifts between forms, he purges. So you couldn't ever like put any debuffs on him because he would just delete them immediately for free because it has like no cooldown and no mana cost.
All right. Well, yeah, that'll get removed. Hey, here's another thought. What about like a mass attack speed slow strat? Like, just don't let him put out attacks, Like a draft an Enchantress as part of the core of your lineup and get all the different sorts of attack speed slows. Like, get the Jakiro on there. And
are we already out of attack speed slows?
We might be.
There are not that many, are they?
It's not a lot.
Viper, that's another one.
Yeah.
Lich, that's another one. There we go.
Yeah, there's a fair bit.
All right.
Yeah,
actually,
so
I think Viper would just like generally speaking. Why is nobody picking Viper? Just turn off the aura.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, just turn it off. Like it's killing everything. Okay, that sucks. Just all right, we'll just turn it off.
And he has a BKB piercing silence.
Yeah,
that's pretty long.
And it's not even a silence. It's like okay, well, it is a silence, which is good, right? But that's not
a bunch of other stuff too.
It's a massive slow. Like if you are carrying, you get hit by Viper Strike, you just don't deal damage anymore. It's a really big deal.
So. Nether Toxin doesn't pierce BKB, but the ultimate does pierce BKB, and the ultimate silences once you get the talent.
Yeah, we switched that around.
Very long ultimate. Yeah, it used to be the AoE thing that silenced, but it was actually just too strong. So it's funny that a BKB piercing silence was the weaker option. That was a nerf.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's such an absurd ability to have, BKB piercing silence, and huge slow. I'm pretty sure the attack speed slows too. It does okay damage.
All right, look at this chat. I've got the overlay to indicate that's a 1-0 lead. Boom. The technology.
Technology is here.
Absolutely.
It's nice that you built that generically so we can just use it for all the tournaments.
Oh, are they swapping teams around now?
Oh, there's a few people who are AFK, so they're trying to shuffle them in, and then everyone else joins the team. Yes, you shuffle them to Dire. All they need is the AFK players to be on the right team, and then everyone else can swap manually.
Oh, smart.
Also, Viper farms your opponent's camps really fast. Yeah, absolutely. That's a big thing I've been talking about for the last couple of days is aggressive flash farming. I think it's really important in the current meta.
Well, the thing about Viper is just also a good hero, right? Like, you don't really need an excuse to pick Viper. If you pick Viper, I'm just like, okay. I mean, that's a good hero, right? like it's not something that I'm really going to question that much.
He's pretty versatile. He can play a good amount of roles. He's got a lot of different item builds. And he's just, like, good at a ton of different things.
Wait. Oh, I thought Earthshock applied, like, a heavy attack speed slow. Is that Brewmaster? Yes, Thunderclap. I was hoping, like, I could suggest some insane Ursa, you know, level 25 refresh or spam the Q kind of shit to, like, slow attack speed. No,
I think you'd probably Octo before you'd refresh her on that ability.
It doesn't work. All right. Look, let me dream, okay? Well, we got Clinks being taken care of immediately. You know what? I think Clinks is heavy overrated.
I agree.
Like, Clinks is good, don't get me wrong. But, like,
super good.
Clinks is good in the right lineup. And the right lineup doesn't base itself around... Like, the right lineup is the minus armor strat, right? So, like, if you get rid of the minus armor strat by, like, getting rid of Shadow Fiend and whatever the hell else... then you actually automatically also get rid of Clanks, because, like, I'm not going to pick Clanks if I don't have a bunch of minus armor to really deal damage with him, because he doesn't really deal damage on his own. So that kind of seems like a wasted ban, especially if you're going to ban Shadow Fiend. Like, why ban the Clanks? They're not going to pick Clanks without the Shadow Fiend. It just seems unnecessary. I don't know. Look at Sand King Ultimate. Yeah, but then you're casting Sand King Ultimate, and who the hell wants to do that? It does also have a pretty good...
The attack speed slow in Sand King Ultimate is, like, basically... almost exactly the same, but slightly worse than Jakiro's free ability with a 4-second cooldown. Just throw that out there.
Yeah,
Shadow Fiend ban, Abaddon ban. I think those are both very smart bans. That is what you ban in this situation. Unquestionably, Shadow Demon ban. I don't think it's a bad decision at all either.
And there's the Spirit Breaker.
Okay.
All right, first pick Podge. Easy life.
Think they go with the Chad again? What do they pick here? They got first pick. A lot of their choices are open. The Shadow Fiend's banned. World is your oyster. What do you pick?
I really hope they don't try to do some weird cheesy stuff. Like, that's what I'm just hoping for. I have no idea what they're going for. Like, there's, I feel like, a lot of open strategies that they could, like, attempt here, right? And a lot of it comes down to what heroes they like. But I really just don't think they're gonna go, I really hope they don't go for some weird cheese. Hey, I haven't seen him in a bit.
Don't think it needed to be first picked, but I'm happy to see it.
He's still good, right? Don't get me wrong, but he's just not that good. And
I don't think there's any hero you can pick in that slot that causes Dire to then pick AA in 8 or 9. So you can always guarantee the 10 slot AA.
And not even just that, it's just like healing is not that popular. So since there's not that much healing, like AA is not that crazy. Like, that's really his big niche. He gets rid of all the healing. It might be that they're just saying we don't want you to lifesteal. Oh, there's the Chatterjee. Or so, hey, we will never know. No, it's definitely the Chatterjee. Pick 10 right here. Oh, yeah, I really hope they don't do any weird cheese, because I think they did really well in that game. They just lost.
Chad against Chad.
So there's the TA. I mean, like, I don't know, get Ember. You know, I actually think Ember is a hero that really people could use a bit more. Our boy goes nuts. Have you played Ember with Aghanims?
I have not. I'm not a big Ember player.
No, it's just it's
Particularly
insane.
like that hero. Occasionally, there's a build that's popular.
It's
that I
actually
kinda was
sanking.
thinking, nice. I dig it. I actually really like that.
Yeah, I have no problem with sanking. Sanking, I think, is super valid here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Sandstorm is an amazing ability, just generally speaking, and then Burrow Strike is god tier. It's like, you know, the best magic missile in the game. So,
yeah, it's going to be hard to keep this team debuffed or slowed with the Chatterjee. Just going to be constantly bouncing purge all the time. But Sand King does a good job at always reapplying his, which is good.
yeah.
A lot of them are auras. You know, while the ultimate's active, it's effectively an aura. The Sandstorm's, of course, an aura.
So, just to kind of like, so Fire Remnant, right? It has 25 seconds restore time. You get minus 15 with the talent, put in a 10-second restore time. Max Lower deals 1200 damage. And you get 5 charges with Aghanims. They have no cooldown and have a cast range of like 3000. So, oh, no, sorry, they have no mana cost. So, I don't know. I like Ember Spirit. Problems, of course, like, he gets melted by minus armor because he's pretty much got no HP and no armor. But, yeah.
Also, and I think this really only applies at this level of competitive, not even just in competitive, but like only against basically these Russian teams, like a top 4 team. Ember's nukes have an animation, and these guys are so fast with their BKBs. It is frustrating. Oh my god.
Yeah.
If your ability has a cast point, you're just not going to stun him. And so I see Ember trying to like zip in on a capture point and then just like instant 3 BKB pop. He kills the support and then gets annihilated.
They should ban Venge.
They should ban Venge.
Like, if they don't ban Venge, I would be very surprised if the dodge just doesn't get her. They'll get either Venge or Wraith King here. Like, that's just...
Yeah, I was about to say, do you ban the Venge or do you ban the Wraith King now?
I would ban Venge.
Decision.
Yeah, there's the Wraith King. I
would
think
ban
both are valid. Like, it's totally fine. Whichever one you think is the bigger problem.
Yeah.
I think Venge is kind of a little better, but like not significantly, right?
I think if you're going for big ultimate magic damage team fight, which the first 2 drafts definitely seem to hint that, you cannot allow the enemy team to have a Wraith King. It's like almost a hard counter to that style of play because it's so hard to win duels with it then.
That's definitely a good point, right? Like, especially if they want to get like another big team fighter, like a Medusa or a Tidehunter.
They pick up the Tiny again.
Ooh.
Did such work last game.
All right, perfect. So we just get the
same
Medusa
thing again.
Tidehunter, right? We get magic resistance, easy life. Everything is auto chess.
That AA is going to get one shot so often. Is this on Australian servers? No, they only did that for 1 game early on in the bracket, and they have put that cheese away. It is holstered for now.
Actually, I don't expect this AA. Like, if the AA actually gets some items going, I don't think it's gonna get one shot that much. The thing is, AA is a hero that doesn't need any items, like, at all. You can actually just build stupidly tanky on AA and be just as effective as if you went for some more offensive tools.
Tank and utility, and they're probably going to buy a pipe somewhere on their team.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Timbersaw, I think, sick. I'm totally down with the Timbersaw pick. They had great success with him earlier.
It's great against TA. Gets rid of the whirling, like the refraction. Right, then there's 2 more strength heroes to reduce their strength with the Tiny and the Electrician, right? So I think all around, good choice. Pretty heavy on armor, although that effect is a little bit diminished in OAA, of course, because you don't usually get that many attacks on your hero to build up that much armor. But yeah, good choice. I like it. I think Timbersaw will do well. Ogre Magic coming out in response, so pretty aggressive. Like, that's the... I mean, look at that. That's nasty. Right, Ogre Magi, Tiny, and Chatterjee.
Good.
Ooh.
Ogre's so good early on. I mean, Ogre, Tiny, like, when those 2 roam around together, who do you roam against them? Like, what heroes do you... What poor, unsuspecting heroes do you force to fight against those 2?
Who are you gonna make waste their time by running away from them?
There's the Shaker. I mentioned him earlier. I definitely don't mind it. I think
I love her.
yeah, one of the things he's like incredible at also, he's like obviously a really good fighter earlier. He has good stats. His abilities all lend themselves well to bursting down enemies. But also, if you're losing a fight, throw out a quick fissure, everyone gets away. Or fissure a boss, everyone needs to run.
He's also the best
You know?
stunner in the game. So
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I'm
Earthshaker
pleased.
personally. Chaos not being banned again, by the way. Like, I really think that's them saying again, no cheese.
No, none
No.
of that.
We're not losing to that shit again.
Also worth mentioning with the Earthshaker, that's another hero that Max tends to spam and has a pretty iconic shaker. Similar to how we saw the Darkseer last game, which despite losing, I think was played brilliantly, especially throughout the early game.
Definitely.
So we're probably going to see some really So I know that he rushes every time. So we're probably going to see a lot of leaping across with Enchant Totem, landing just as the bounty rune spawns and grabbing it during the aftershock stun. That's what he always does to me, and then I scream at him.
I missed the Chaos Knight cheese. What exactly was it about? Well, it wasn't necessarily cheese so much. It was just kind of like a little bit of an unconventional item build. And Chaos Knight is just generally speaking not the most popular hero. So couple that with an unconventional item build just makes it a little bit hard to know how to play against him. And I think that's basically just what, I guess they're not yet dead, but Leronol's team, what they're trying to avoid. They just don't.
Mars.
They are low on damage. I mean, they're really relying on an Ancient Apparition to help them finish these fights. And then Juggernaut. Interesting.
I think all their team fight is better with the Mars there, and the Mars is going to flash so much. I think that Mars is going to get huge. The only other, so the Tiny needs to find the Mars and kill him a bunch early game, or the Mars is going to really, really run away with the farm. And Teemo's going to farm really effectively too. I don't think that Dire has the ability to shut down all the farm that Radiant's going to get, so they're going to have to outboss and outfight and outwin.
I think what the Radiant is doing is what we tried to do against Way to Death, which is essentially saying we'll just kind of try really hard to win the early game.
Yeah. We'll take the whole map, pick a team that can win duels, and then just try to beat you early. Mars AA, ES, Wombo Combo, Sand King 2. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, everyone, their already strong team fight is stronger with Mars.
One of the problems they will be encountering, though, is that the damage output, very reliant on a Timbersaw. If they don't have Timbersaw, Mars is strong, don't get me wrong, but he's not a primary DPS. Like, it's just not where he excels. So they need to rely on the Timbersaw. And then, of course, they have Ancient Apparition, which is a very strong hero at actually just getting kills. So they can do that.
Yeah, I think it's going to make their burst a lot more effective. It's a great hero to have in a burst, big combo, magic damage fighting team, because it makes it so. Because a lot of times those teams have a problem where you get people low and they just about die, but then you can't finish them off because they just start life stealing and popping their regen crystals, all that stuff. I wonder if Teemo's going to give us a lesson on their drafting like he did last game.
Secret clap strat. So are they doing a secret strat then? Okay.
That's somehow what is Teemo getting at?
I have no idea.
Wait, what? Is it really? No, it's not, you fucking liar. It's Chatterjee. I got baited by chat. Someone says, wait, it's Sohei, not Chatterjee. I got so excited for a second. Teemo's so weird. Do you think this is psychological warfare? It's just like being
I think
weird
he's
to
just
them.
being Teemo. I've met this guy in real life on a few occasions actually.
Is he just this weird in person?
This is just how he is. He's just chatty.
He is, yeah.
He's just chatty, and he's just like
End of an era.
And I think he knew Max disconnected or was gonna disconnect and reconnect really quick, so he knew there was gonna be a little bit of time.
I don't want this to end. I feel like he's trying to convince them to throw. This is straight up match fixing.
Like how the Russians are like, go. Can we
Can
go?
we stay friends after it ended? They're all just ignoring him.
Wait, is this an Australian
I'm
server?
having a moment here. Please don't interrupt.
Wait, real quick, is this an Australian server? I have 430 ping.
Oh, I don't know. I have 160, which
Did
is
they
normal
do
for
it?
both Australia and EU. Did they?
Well, if they did, I'm sure we will hear about it later.
We will definitely hear about it very quickly.
Oh my god. Did Max host? Did they get themselves another Australian server? If they are on an Australian server, I actually heavily favor the rating. Oh, it's lagging. That's kind of indicative of.
I think we're Australian boys.
I think we're in Australia.
Oh my god. Ooh, great Fisher.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know
kill
about
Timo.
that. It kind of killed Timo.
It did actually, yeah. Maybe not a great Fisher.
And they're not really getting that much out of it. Max on the retreat. Mars goes down. Laranol might be picked off. Pocket Money starting with the early Caustic finale, but
It's best farming and best duel ability.
can you invert the camera, please? You're an ass. Wait 1 second. I got it. Where's my... Perfect. Let me get this, and then... Alright, guys. We're in Australia.
It's just sensible.
It's just what we should be doing. Don't worry about it. They got themselves a bunch of kills. Alright, I don't do it. 1 second.
They killed 3.
Alright, we're back. I mean, I can like... Wait. Perfect. Alright, now it's only me that's in Australia. Man, this fight is taking a while.
It's the lag.
Wait, pick up the bounty.
Come
There we
on,
go.
sadism.
Took a little bit with that. Kind of making sure that there's a chance that they steal it. Alright,
Nice quick kill on Timo. Random's already taken a camp.
I'm representing the Australians today. That's what I'm doing. Oh, pocket
2
money.
minute rune.
Gonna go down.
Pocket get the rune, that's all he wants.
He's not gonna get it.
No.
No. That's free for the die. And the last one, TP in from the Mars. Bounty's still just chilling there. Yeah, it's gonna pick it up. So that's good.
Got it.
Almost lost it, actually. Anti now coming in. He's got a spin. He's only level 2, though, so it's not gonna be enough. Quick Burrow Strike. They don't have the damage for this.
They don't. He's just gonna run away.
Yeah. Juggernaut's
Pocket
pretty
can keep
fast.
chasing him though, just to harass, and then yeah, pigeons to stay back and farm. Exactly. This is how you do it.
So if you just look at the minimap right now, you can see that there's this like nice clean cut where the dire side is letting the Radiant be, right?
Yeah.
But they are already just kind of really pressuring their territory.
Radiant's doing a good job at pushing out. Also, I mean, they have the entire bit. Like, I think at this point, Radiant controls more of the map than Dire. Although once they kill Timo, that's not true anymore. Timo's needing to back off.
All right. Oh, hello.
Sadism and Max about to find Anti. I think they don't see him though. Oh, they didn't see him until too late. Hidden trees.
Oh, Mars gonna be kind of caught a little bit, and down he goes. The Tiny is actually just doing so much work. Like, that's the biggest thing. And like what they're doing with him too, they just have Mr. Random run around with Laranol. You know, Laranol disables them. Tiny does a lot of attack damage as well. So it just kind of like hits them a little bit and then combos them down from there. It's just very, very effective. They're doing a great job.
Yeah. Anyone who can deal damage comboed with a Chatterjee equals dead heroes. That grip just lasts so long. Even at level 1, it's 2.5 second channel, and the entire time you're doing 40 DPS with your electric shield.
Oh, anti. Nice quick Burrow Strike. Juggernaut does not have a spin ready right now. There it is. Ah, he's just too fast. Burrow Strike ready in a few seconds, but the healing, yeah, you're not getting him. Oh, pocket money, what are you doing? Ah, this is not gonna work.
Come
my
on,
dude.
you know the fountain extends out to there. Let me grab some.
You know this is not happening. You're wasting time. Yeah, that was not the smartest choice from the Sand King. Admittedly, it's not a huge deal. He's gonna go ahead and just pick himself up some creeps really quick.
Mars already has a Desolator, and he's level 8, which is fantastic. He's
Yeah.
not particularly interested in fighting. He just throws Larnell away and runs.
It's not the fast, like this is what I would describe as like a perfectly fine timing. All right, this is what you do with Mars. This is just how quickly the hero farms.
Yeah, this is average pacing for Mars, in my opinion.
So the thing is that with just the Desolator, taking Ancients is a bit rough. Like I like when we were playing, I liked it more when I actually had a little bit more damage, because you can't one-shot them yet, and you honestly just like it takes like 3, maybe even 4 of the God's Rebuke to take them down. Ideally, you just wanted to take 2.
He goes second item Blade Mail.
That's an interesting choice. I feel like that's actually just to deal with the Tiny, you know, it's kind of saying, alright, if you're gonna combo us down, like, well, at least deal some damage back, you know, kind of make that a little bit of a less attractive option. Problem, of course, with that, Tiny is so tanky. This guy has 1200 HP and really no right to have that much HP because he's got no items. Nothing that gives him life, at least. I guess 5 internal attributes from the Ghost Scepter. And they're challenging this capture point. I mean, naturally they won't get it or anything. We're just buying some time.
Yep, because theirs has been done this whole time, so their supports have had...
Wait, what are you doing?
I think all of the supports thought the other supports were less... You stay. No, you stay. No, you stay.
I like how they want to fight and then just kind of left. It's just like, alright, good job everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh man. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop being in Australia now. Giving me a bit of a headache.
All the blood must be rushing to your head.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Now we're back in the civilized lands.
Larnell's being a jerk to sadism in the background. Certainly kill this A.
Alright.
Yep. Pigeon. Oh, he's brilliant. He's building an AC, but he built a blade mail first because it's cheaper and AC can upgrade out of blade mail.
Yeah, everybody does that. Do you not do that?
Well, I don't usually upgrade it right away, so I would buy the level 1 AC and then upgrade it later.
That's why I really don't like that build-up.
Because you can just get a cheap AC too.
Well, yeah, like you can, like it's just, there's no reason for level 1 Assault Cross to really exist.
Unless you're not willing to invest a core right away. And then
Yeah, I guess, but like...
Then it's gold for power.
Just kind of like feels a little bad, honestly.
That is funny though. And I think he's getting MKB next.
Something I find interesting is like, it's actually not the first time I've seen like an immediately upgraded AC this game. It might really just be like trying to get that quick burst of power, right, in getting the cheap AC. But it's
bunch of attack speed, bunch of armor. Ooh,
still interesting
Larnell
to
gets
have
the
that
grip on Teemo, who's
upgrade.
out in the bottom right corner.
Just a random, picking up the E-Blade, gets the Sand King real quick. Sand King picking up a Radiance level 2, but I mean, that's not going to do much against the Tiny right now. Juggernaut, Blink Dagger, Lightnings, so playing more of an aggressive role with this, with this carry here. And TA, making sure nobody steals her Ancients, quickly takes them herself.
Yeah. Anti and so the TA and the Jug both have blink daggers. That gets really interesting.
Well, I feel like the main idea is really just kind of be able to keep up with the Tiny and like play this very burst heavy game, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of saying, all right, you guys wanted to pick a defensive team that doesn't necessarily get burst down. Well, we're just gonna get more burst done, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna change our strategy. We'll go deeper on that. They're gonna try and take down this boss.
The neutral kill in the kill feed immediately scans bottom. Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, it
Good
looks
call.
like they're gonna try to contest it.
Well, they gotta be fast.
Can they get there in time?
Sand King.
Pocket doesn't get stunned. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be in time.
Q. No, not enough. Just wasn't
Objective
enough.
extended. TA. Going for the Mars here. Mars is gonna be going down. Not much you can do about that. Simply chopped up. Ancient Apparition caught out as well. So, wait. Who's playing this? Oh, so Private Pigeon is on the Mars. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. He was playing the Terrorblade earlier.
Yep, also the Juicer.
What I don't like about this Mars pick, like I get that it's more team fight and all of that stuff. Mars is just not as impactful a hero if he has the money as like a Terrorblade or something like that. And right now they just can't fight because they have all of this money, but it's all on Mars, and Mars just doesn't do that much with it.
I think they were also just trying to guarantee the money on their carry because they keep just getting severely out-carried and out-farmed early game.
Well, they hit an Ice Blast, which is not too bad. The Phantom Assassin
this
dropping
fight
low.
isn't going terrible for them. I think they're going to win this.
It is tiny though.
Mr. Random just pulls it out. Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, this is really just a matter of can he get his cooldowns ready. Pocket Money is not pursuing, which I think is a massive mistake.
Oh, he's got it. No.
Nope. No. Yeah, that's the thing. He needed to kill him before the cooldowns were ready. Alright, so he needed to... If he had followed him more, had gotten a little bit more Radiance damage and then burst striked him, he gets the kill. But because he gave him the time for the Avalanche to come off cooldown, the burst was available again. That's always what you have to be aware of with Tiny. Like, his cooldowns are actually kind of long. And after you combo somebody down, he has some downtime before he can do something again. So... Not quite the...
14 seconds is not a short amount of time by any measure.
Yeah, so... I don't know. I feel like that was just... The Sand King was a little bit scared when he didn't really need to be. Also keeps turning off his Radiance for some reason, which I'm a little confused by. Oh. Alright, Dire coming in. Gonna try and steal this boss. Alright.
You know, one thing I was going to say about them contesting the bot mid boss, which they ended up losing, is that at least it prevented Dire from doing their typical rotation where they go for your corner boss.
Oh, nice! Get him. Get him! Alright, but there is so much backup. Mars is here. Timbersaw! Nice,
oh my
Timo.
God. They have the damage.
Yeah, they did it. They got him. Sick. I mean, that was...
It's interesting because their damage is so burst too, which is great because it makes things like Satanic just not matter. Because like if they're gonna kill you, they'll do it from full or half HP. It doesn't matter. Like you're gonna die if they're gonna kill you.
Something I also think is really worth pointing out here. The Dire side is ahead right now. I would say by a pretty substantial amount, right? But the thing is that the Radiant has a lot of heroes that actually have fantastic talents and abilities that only come online after a little while, right? The Sand King now has his Aghanim, which is a huge upgrade. It really makes a big difference. He has great talents with the Sandstorm, Slow, and Blind, right? He gets 10 armor, which is also really not a small deal at all. Timbersaw, of course, the 15% additional attribute reduction is going to be amazing against the strength heroes, right? You've got the Whirling Death cutting them down to like by 30% of their strength. And then, of course, the biggest one, Ancient Apparition. If the 450 AoE Cold Feet, that's just nasty. Alright, so there are some big power spikes that will come in the not so distant future that are very significant and need to be kept in mind. Actually, Earthshaker is another one, right? If with Earthshaker you get yourself the -2 enchant cooldown, that is a big deal because with that you can just keep jumping around, keep throwing out these big
Mars
stones.
coming up to contest the Wanderer though.
Oh yeah, he's doing a pretty decent job for the time being, just kind of buying time. Sand King is here. Woo! That's the big ultimate. He did it. Mr. Random on the retreat, chopped up by Timo. They're gonna go ahead and disable Chatterjee. Oh, actually, seems she's gonna be on the run. Oh. You know what? Just let her run. Don't kill her. Like, leave her be. She's got no HP. What's she gonna do? All right, quick stun. Down she goes.
Just keep her out of the... Oh,
Anti comes in. Oh, he counts as a unit while he's doing that. That's crazy. Yes, get him out of there. Beautiful. And they get it. Oh my god, nice. I love it. That was amazing. Anti now on the retreat.
The mass TPs in here too. This fight was going to change radically if that cap point stayed open for another second. Yeah.
It's not even a second. I mean, that was so close. But beautiful thinking. Again, shout outs to Timo for that. You know, he saw the Juggernaut on him and he's like, well, usually what you do with Juggernaut, right, is you want to get to your team to split up the damage so you aren't just soaking it all yourself. But he saw that if he does that, they'll just stay on the capture point. So he ran away. He soaked up the damage on his own, ready to take it. but it got the Juggernaut off the capture point, and they managed to secure it. And that's a huge deal. Not only do they get 2 cores, but they also get the buff, which is going to allow them to rotate more. It makes it so that the dire side doesn't really want to fight them anymore for at least, you know, the next 3 minutes. So this is pretty much, I mean, that's why the Wanderer exists, right? It's the best case scenario for them.
It really is. These last couple of fights have gone either in Radiant's favor or very, very even to close. And as you said, the Radiant team has so many big power spikes ahead of them as well. So the fact that they also got the Wanderer, like, really putting them in such a good position. I mean, they're ahead on gold now.
Yeah. They're ahead on gold, right? Experience is still something where maybe they need a little bit more work. But it's gonna come. Like, that's happening, right? Like, experience is one of those things that just kind of happens naturally. You don't really need to worry too much about it. So I think all around, they're not in the worst spot. Not ahead, but they don't have to be ahead right now. And that's really important.
I think these capture points are going to be really important.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, no, because of the Wanderer, it's not that crucial that they get it, because they already got themselves those Tito cores. And they don't even have that much money right now. Like, they can't really afford that much.
Tyra's going to cap this boss, then almost certainly try to contest this capture point. Or maybe they're just going to actually say it's not worth a risky team fight right now. We'd rather...
Juggernaut.
They almost got him there.
Nice Ice Blast, hitting a lot of people. Pocket Money's back in there with the ultimate, doing a little bit of work. Gonna go ahead and start working on Laranol. Laranol goes down. Mr. Random on his own. Gonna be skewered against the wall. Gonna be picked off. Ultra kill for the Sanking. Dude, Pocket Money is doing...
The Radiance is for heroes, not creeps. That's why he's disabling it. He doesn't want to take farm from Mars.
Okay. I guess.
I really think that's why he's doing it. Because he keeps popping it off when he approaches creep camps.
What I think is important here is that it's a conscious choice. Whatever he's doing, he's not doing it on accident.
Yeah.
So... clearly, there's at least some like thinking, some plan behind it, and he's not just going to accidentally turn it off during a team fight. And that's really what
he does,
matters.
However, need to spend some of his money. He has
oh,
so
there you go.
It's
a Kyan change. I think it's yeah, he's just kind of trying to upgrade his general damage. I think he would be better off like upgrading the Radiance first, because like it's a really nice upgrade, you know. But he'll be doing quite a bit of work with the Kyan Sage as well. Oshake is here, picks up the bounty rune. So usually at this stage the bounty runes kind of fall a little bit into the background, right? They're not as crucial as they are in the early game, but I really wish the Radiant like continued to make an effort right now. I hope to see that, because what they really want is they want those level 25s on a lot of their heroes.
Yeah.
And
every little bit of XP helps, and they have a rubber banding mechanic. That's really important. So when you're behind on XP like they are, it gives bonus XP.
So I feel like getting the bounty runes going would be not too bad of an idea. Now, this is scary. Mr. Random is around.
In Ice, well, they're all around, and Ice Blast was used on the boss.
Doesn't have that long a cooldown. Maybe it'll be... Nah, it's not going to be ready. Tiny comes in. TA blinks in. Oh my god. That's it. That's the burst we talked about earlier. Right, they got blink daggers on all of the heroes, so they can surprise them, come out of nowhere, just murder them before they have any chance to respawn.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Radiant's not going to take a single boss without dewarding it first for the rest of the game.
Yeah. All right,
they placed a sentry just as they killed the boss, and then they like dewarded basically as they were getting jumped. So it's like, oh god damn it.
Really good news. Sanking low 25. All right, I mean he's dead, but that's okay. Oh nice. Max is here, gonna do some damage. Jumps up again.
Jump around.
Nah, he's dead though. All right, Pigeon. I don't know what this fight is about. Just kind of running in. So this is always a big trap. I feel like this is something, you know, like this we do that too. Everybody does that.
Everyone does.
But sometimes you take these fights for really no reason. Now they won. They got kind of lucky there, but I think a lot of the time they lose that fight. And then it just kind of doesn't do anything for them, right? It pushes the Dire closer to the score limit. And then talking about the score limit, I really feel like the Radiant should maybe make an effort to find a tier 3.
I also think that they should activate their score limit shrine. They've been activating their points shrine, so they're clearly thinking about it. But they're choosing not to activate their score limit shrine, which has been off cooldown for about 2 minutes now.
So they could definitely, you know, get some more value out of that. Alright, up goes the...
Nice! Teemo survives the burst, no problem.
That's a big deal. Still ready to fight. Ancient Apparition also still alive, silenced, but still alive. Ice Blast. Oh. He threw out a little bit of a last second disable. Juggernaut dashing around like crazy. Doing some damage, but this is of course where the usual Juggernaut strategy really worked out. Private Pigeon, standing in the middle of his ultimate, like a tank, not taking anything. The disable from Laranol on max, but they're gonna start throwing out these stuns, and it's starting to add up.
They get him.
Ooh, but the burst, yeah. Alright, it's just pocket money. And that's where Chatterjee comes in, you know, she just got 3 hours of disables. Yeah, as Nigma showed us in a video one time. Time to make a sandwich. That was a long time ago. Shoutouts to Nigma. Nigma, if you ever see this, which you won't, please stop surrounding yourself with so much negativity on Twitter. I really don't think it's healthy for you. That's all he does. He just complains about shit on Twitter, and I'm just like, dude, this can't be good.
Yeah, just be cool.
Right. Anyway.
All right, so both teams going for bosses. It looks like Dire's actually hunting. Oh no, they're going for Wanderer. That's really good for them if they get this. They got interrupted last time they attempted this.
No, the boss got a hit out, which did a ton of damage right here. So this boss is still quite powerful right now. They have a lot of damage, but well, it seems the Radiant has no idea this is happening.
Yeah, they have no vision of this.
Yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate.
See, they just think that they're taking that top middle.
On the upside, they got a tier 3. Alright. Ancient Apparition almost level 25. And we've got all around the big level 25s definitely coming out. Oh my god, Tiny does so much damage. For Tiny, a big mark is level 31. He actually just got there. But at level 31, he can get Avalanche and Toss both to level 5. Which means they do a ton of damage. Very powerful. Alright, and that's why he's able to actually get these quick bursts. The E-Blade, the Veil of Discord, reducing their magic resistance to non-existent. BKB gonna be activated here, but honestly, might be a little bit of an overreaction. Oh, Timbersaw coming in. I'm trying to...
Disables come out, team just gets purged.
Trying to fight this. But I'm not really sure where this is going. Oh, they got a grab. Tiny's back, doing a ton of damage. Ancient Apparition. Gonna be caught out as well, though. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. You know, Radiant right now just took a fight that really does nothing for them and just pushes the Dire closer towards victory. So this is... Yeah, that was kind of a big miss from them. I mean, at this stage, I feel like Dire just wants to kind of like go and grind out some more bosses, get themselves the cores, get themselves the points, and then they'll soon... Oh, okay. Score limit has been extended, so that's good.
Was that Shrine? Yeah, that was Shrine usage.
Yeah. So, how these shrines work, by the way, right? They have cooldowns on them, and if you like click on them, the cooldown increases and an effect happens. Like, I guess first effect happens, then the cooldown increases. One of them gives points, the other one extends the score limit. What you can do is you can feed the shrines cores to reduce the cooldown of whatever effect they have. So they just use that to extend the score limit from 80 to 90 because they feel like they need more time to be able to build up the power they really want to come back into this game. So Ancient Apparition on level 26, he's got the cooled feed, but gonna be caught out before he gets to cast anything. Dire still taking all of these really aggressive fights, and they're working out really well for them. So,
oof, that upgraded Ether Lens Chatterjee should put a mile away.
Casters from her home base, you know.
Yeah,
She's, doesn't need to visit foreign countries. She can stun them from home.
Beautiful.
Timo, jumping in. Nice.
Nice.
That's the damage, you know. That's that 32% stat slot. I mean, that's just a ton. Crazy, man. I'm gonna go and start working on this boss right here. This is, I guess, one of the problems with the lineup. They are just not that great at killing these bosses. They're not terrible at it, but they're not the best.
Yeah, I also think Radiant has, talking more about the power spikes that Radiant has in their future. When Timbersaw finally upgrades his ultimate, it starts. I mean, the pass damage I think more than doubles, and the damage per second about doubles.
Yeah.
It already does a lot of damage. that ability kind of becomes disgusting late game. Almost no one can stand inside of double chakram.
So it might be a good idea for Timo to start really focusing his attention on getting that, right? Like, run around the map, take down as many creep camps. I mean, there's a bunch of them that have stacked up, and you can level up very quickly if you just kind of blink around, take down camps on your own. It's very, very efficient. So he's gonna go ahead and core efficient right here. Get himself that axe upgraded, I think. Yeah, it's definitely a solid idea.
Yep, get everything, all the things, all the more upgraded. He's got sick talents. He loves upgrade.
Oh, there's a fight. Laranol coming in. Gonna be stunned up immediately, so that's good. That's a big disable taken out of the fight. Tiny, though. Ooh, blows up the Mars. BKB active on Timo. He's just kind of sitting in the capture point, holding that for the time being. Mr. Random throws him up. Taking a lot of damage, though. Anti now coming in. Ice Blast. Cold Feet. Not gonna be cast. Sadly got disabled before he could get that off. Pocket Money now sitting in the middle of all of this. Just kind of applying the poison, dealing some damage, but it's just... Well, he actually... Wait, what the hell? I actually got 2 kills. Alright, never mind. That was definitely enough.
He's kind of a monster. And the offsides penalty, that fight took too long. They can't stay up there for that long anymore.
Yeah, that's for sure. That ended up...
Maybe try to delay it until it's low enough. No, they're just going to go for the capture point now.
Yeah, I mean,
try
that's...
to secure those. Both are up. Neither were being captured before.
So this is the 4th? No, 3rd capture point. So it's going to be tier 3 core and 3 points. It's not the most worthwhile thing in the world at this stage, but it's definitely not terrible. Alright, Earthshaker coming in. Going to be immediately destroyed.
Silenced and destroyed. I think Radiant's right to just go for...
They found another Wanderer. Oh, if they get that, that's actually kind of a big deal. So,
man. I feel like that just spawned, too.
The 3rd Wanderer is a bit different from the others. It doesn't give cores anymore, it just gives 10 points. So, although this guy is not interested in playing along. Yeah, he's just running off. So getting this for the die would actually just trigger a final duel. Oh, never mind.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, now it will again.
Now it will. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, because they captured their capture point, which was also... Okay, this will do it. 10 points.
So there we go. And final duel starting. Now, keep in mind that the buff provided by the Wanderer does not count for the duel. It's disabled for the duel. Final duel, gonna be happening. Let's see if the Radiant can pull it off. They have all the disabled. They have everything they need. They just gotta execute it. Tiny comes running in. They get him. Stun him up. He's got huge status resistance, so it's a little bit hard. Timbersaw coming in. Does a lot of damage to Mr. Random. Oh, nice! Ice Blast! They get themselves to Tiny. That's huge. Private Pigeon working on top of Chatterjee. She goes down. Ogre Magi next in line. Templar Assassin just kind of chilling. Anti is still here. Anti already used his ultimate though, so he doesn't really have that much going on. It's 3 versus 2 right now. Disarm on the TA. That's what I meant with Ancient Apparition being quite tanky. This guy's not going down. They get themselves the TA. Now it's just Anti. He's not going to be able to do it.
Timo actually does so much damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Timbersaw, man. That hero's scary.
Yeah, he's just taking massive chunks out of their HP every single time he casts these abilities on them.
So that's...
what is it, 1 level or 2 more levels before he gets the level 4 ultimate?
Level 37 is when he gets a level 4 ultimate. I really wish he made an effort for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really massive power spike for him. There's a little bit of a fight happening on the extremities, but I think it's just keeping them away from the boss kill that they're trying to secure. Oh no, they're all going to engage.
So this is a tier 5. I think this is actually the first tier 5, so this will extend the score limit again. They are really trying to stretch this as much as possible. So we now have a score limit of 120, right? This is the last time the score limit will be extended via bosses. Now it's only possible via final duels or using the Shrine of Pacifism, right?
Mars? Oh, he bursted Juggernaut down very low with just a quick little 2-piece.
Oh, well, you're scary. So scary boy. Timbersaw. Still not level 37. Come on, my dude. Oh, there's Tiny. Yeah, Tiny now level 40. So his abilities are just becoming scarier and scarier by the second. He's got them maxed out, Toss and Avalanche. Now hitting for absolutely insane amounts of damage. Max in the meantime sitting here. We're beaten up by the TA a little bit. Ooh, this is a big skirmish.
So Pigeon's got his big arena now, which the spear damage is 450. Here's people on the edge of that.
Yeah, but it
Doesn't
is
matter, the rest
not
of the team was-
not quite enough. And well, there goes everybody.
Please fix Tiny.
Hey. I don't need any shit from you guys. You guys have been balancing the game. I haven't done jack. But yeah, he does really not get stunned. The huge
40% status resistance. That's a lot.
yeah, he's got the Kayan Sage along with the Grow.
Yes.
So it's a little bit rough to get through that. Nice Burrow Strike right here. Max comes in. He just keeps disabling them. He's doing a very good job with that. I mean, that's the beauty of an Earthshaker, but good night. Doesn't stand a chance against that. So
random could kill the AA with his combo, but it did require all the toss charges. Only the very last one killed him. So only the full combo from Tiny can kill the AA. To reference back to our previous conversation about whether Tiny would be one-shotting him.
well, I mean,
it's a waste of a combo, honestly, if it's used on the AA. Unless, of course, the Ice Spot. Yeah, but the Ice Spot tends to come out pretty early in the fights.
Yeah, it's something you definitely want to drop right away. Well, they're gonna go for a tier 4. It's gonna be some quick little cores, some points, all the good stuff.
Here comes Tiny to the bottom left to try to interrupt the tier 3 attempt. They see him and begin stunning him up.
Private Pigeon on a retreat.
Oh, they're doing damage to him. Oh my god, he does so much.
They can't even run anymore. They're trapped by the boss. They had the Rapture applied to 3 of the heroes.
That's rough.
Alright, Longclaw is not playing along. He is putting up a fight. And finally ends up going down. Was that a tier 5?
No.
No, it's a tier 4, so they still need one more point then.
3.
Oh, tier 3. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Lucius is a tier 3. But they still need one more point, I will be.
Yes, that is the truth. Got an Uber Bog Dog up at the top. Looks like Dire just wants to fight though. They're like, yo, we're 1 kill away and we're not going to mess up the final duel again. Let's just go.
Oh, Tiny comes in and gets stunned up immediately. Just runs in under Bog Dog. Oh, nice. The triple throw. Just gathering them all in one place. Nice and easy. But they really only need 1 kill. There we go. That's going to be the final duel.
Find pocket. Up out of the base.
Let's see if they can do it again. I mean, the ultimates are all ready, and the last fight there wasn't any gimmick. They just won the fight. So if they can just do that again. Alright, game isn't quite over yet. Tia getting ready. She wants to jump. She's got BKB, she's got buffed up, she's got movement speed. Mr. Random comes in with the BKB active. They're gonna jump Timbersaw first, but he activates his BKB in response. Throws out those chakrams. In the meantime, Ancient Apparition in the background, still surviving against the Tiny, putting up a fight. Gonna be disarmed, goes up into the air. Is probably gonna drop. So no Ice Blast this fight. Juggernaut slices up pocket money. That's probably gonna be the end of it there. Teemo is still alive, so maybe he can pull off the world's greatest, most amazing comeback. I mean, admittedly, the hero that's most threatening to him is already dead. Alright, now it's only the Juggernaut that's a big problem for him. But the long disable, Juggernaut, anti, just can simply do all the damage he wants. And with that, we've got our finalists.
GG.
With that, we've got our finalists. It's gonna be Not Yet Dead versus Way to Death. Again, as always.
Who's surprised at the all-Russian Grand Finals?
No, I think Chatterjee's a tragedy. They should not feel bad about this, though. They put up an absolutely fantastic fight. So, we'll see if Not Yet Dead can put up a fight to Way to Death. So far, it has not looked like anybody even really stood a chance, but well, we'll see. Anyway, that's going to be the Grand Finals, and yeah. Do we have anything we want to say right now? Do we want to do a post-game analysis now while they get the next game going, or?
Yeah, let's just chat.
All right. Good.
Yeah, Chad's run was sick. I think I was really, really happy with that. I thought that was awesome. I think the biggest thing that's worth mentioning is even though they got 2 out there, they did take a game off of Night Dead early in the bracket. Even though it was ping cheese, I still give them credit for that win. I think they won it with unconventional builds that the enemy team wasn't ready for and outplaying them.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is really that I feel like those final duels, right? They really just came down to execution, just who wins an honest fight. It didn't really even seem like the Radiant, wait, sorry, the Dire was really at that much of an advantage, if at all. It just ended up being that they had the advantage of being allowed to lose a fight, while the Radiant wasn't, right? So in these what I would call 50-50 matches, they just got kind of overwhelmed. Well, nonetheless, I think really good showing from Tragedy. I mean, that was just really well done.
And really good showing from Chatterjee.
Yeah,
Heroes done work today.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the if there's an overall hero MVP, gotta be the Tiny Doll, right? Like that guy's just coming in doing. I mean, look at the score, 29-9.
Yeah.
That is an absurd score for support. This just doesn't happen.
Yeah, like that's the important thing to keep in mind. It's not like other people gave him room and he had all this farm early on the high ground. Like he was out fighting all game and still ended up with this absurd score advantage and absurd level advantage. He's just a monster. Yeah, I think Tiny and Shadow Fiend are the two big MVP heroes from this tournament so far that are just defining the way these games go.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to be going into the grand finals. And yeah.